Have your coffee handy if you need it. Welcome to Springing Forward. We maybe don't have the same, we lost an hour, but that's okay. We're going to still do this, right? We're going to feel good. So we'll stand up nice and tall, waking up the body with our warm-up, inhaling our chin down towards our chest and over to one side, exhaling back and around. If anyone got the email that I sent around yesterday, you'll know that this week we're focusing on awareness. Not that we don't ever focus on awareness, we're always focusing on awareness, but as one of the key principles in the Pilates method, it's important sometimes to just hone in on that. And so that's what we're going to do throughout this week, building on the foundations from last week. Continuing to connect movement with breath, but now really drawing attention to the different muscle groups that we are going to be activating throughout the week. Go ahead and reverse direction when you finish that rotation. Yes. Loosening up any muscles that feel a little bit tight this morning or this afternoon, depending where you're calling in from. Moving mindfully with appreciation for your body. Go ahead and lift your head up through center when you're done with that rotation. Let's do side bends. Inhale, one arm up and overhead, really feeling the flexion in one side of the rib as we expand on the other side. Exhale, lift it back up. Other side. Inhale, reach. Make sure there's weight distributed equally across both feet. Exhale, lift. One more each side. Good. And again. Awesome. Both arms now. Inhale. Exhale, open those elbows out wide, opening up that chest, baby back bend. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, elbows out wide. Shoulder blades come along together along the back. This time, inhale, lift those fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, as you dive forward, curling your head, the neck, then upper, mid, and lower back till your hands come down towards the ground. Inhale, stacking it up, waking up this spine, head coming up last. Good. One more. Arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, start to roll it on down, slowly and with intention, trying to really articulate each spine at a time. And then on the roll up, start to inhale, reversing that movement, stacking each vertebrae one on top of the other, head coming up last. Good. Go ahead and take a couple of big arm circles for me. I'm going to adjust this so you can see my head. There we go. Good. And grab those hand weights. We're going to start with upper body. And we're going to start in our first position today. So our heels are together, our toes are apart. Now, I'm still only using the 1 kilo. Remember, I made the mistake of using 2 kilos last week. So I'm sticking to 1. You guys choose you. Maybe 1 kilo, which is about 2 to 3 pounds, is too light for you these days. Always option to drop the weights as well. We're going to figure out how we're activating these different muscle groups. So our elbows are by our sides. Our palms are facing away from us. We're going to bend and extend. I know we've always talked about Pilates bicep curl being like up here, and it usually is. But today we're doing this. Because there's different ways to activate the bicep. We're just turning them on today. Again, you can't see me. Here we go. I just want to be closer to you all, you know? I just got to see you. Here we go. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our palms are kind of in front of us, coming up to tap our shoulders. Let's go ahead, open up those arms, rotate slightly, externally rotating them. Shoulders are back along the back body, and then curl them up so your palms come to like touch the side of the shoulder and feel the difference in the activation in the biceps just by this different movement, right? Just a slight rotation outward. Here we go. We're going to put them together so that we really hone in and feel the difference. You can stay up straight if you want. If you want, you can join me in a little plie and static hold. Up to you. I'm doing it so you can see me. I know we're not technically working the lower body yet. For 4, 3, yes, 2, 1, open up, rotate forward, curl, down, rotate, curl. Feel the difference there? Yes, make sure when you're rotating from the shoulder, not from the elbow. Here we go. See the difference? Yeah. Almost there. So it's still working that big bicep muscle, but it's recruiting some of the smaller muscles in the arm that support the bicep. Here we go. We're also waking up that fascia, everyone. Fascia. Someone told me this was the Tanyas, was like, we should have like a fashion thing going on. Here we go. Last one here. And out. Good. Release. Shoulder roll. That's activated. Let's work some of these muscles out here. So take a nice wide stance for me. You can either be in parallel or in turnout. We're going to do one arm at a time. Lifting that arm up to shoulder height. Exhale, drawing it down. Staying on that same arm. Lift and lower. Shoulders are sort of like in their pockets along the back body. We're not reaching forward, right? We're not inching that shoulder up by your ears. So keep it down. Mobilize. Push against gravity on the lift and resist gravity on the lower. Yeah, notice how that activates when you think about the push and the pull. It activates different muscles along the front, the back, the bottom of the arm, and then also in that shoulder girdle. Yeah, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that arm lifted. Open it out wide. Lower it down. Lift. Bring it in front. Lower it down. Wow, what is going on there in the shoulder girdle as we rotate forward and to the side? Good, keep going. Yes. Also notice what your torso wants to do. Is it trying to pull you in one direction or the other? Don't let it. Good morning, everyone here today. Oh no, not everyone. Oriana, good afternoon. Almost there. 2 more this side, and we're gonna switch it up. Oh, here we go. Lower it down, other side. Lift and lower. Give that first arm a break, shall we? Here we go. Keep breathing. Remember, connect movement to breath. Inhale one direction, exhale in the other. If you're in this second position like I am, make sure you're not arching through the spine. Give yourself a tiny tuck. Draw that belly button up and underneath those ribs. Try to lift and lower without swinging or flinging the arm. Good. Lots of little repetitive movements, right? That's what we do to transform our muscles. Whew. Here we go. For 4, 3. My torso really wants to move on this side. I don't know about you. Last one. Lower it down. This time lift. Open out to the side. Bring it forward and lower. Lift out to the side. In front. Lower. Woo. Check yourself out in the camera or in a mirror. Is one shoulder higher than the other? Mine always tend to be uneven. If so, either draw that other shoulder down or this is what happens when I talk and move at the same time, or even them out by adjusting your torso. 2 more. Good. Last one. Awesome. Bring it down. Shoulder roll. Woo. Stand on up. Find your position. Hands come behind the body now. Hinge forward slightly. So we're in a second position. Option to always come into a forward-facing lunge if you want. But I'm going to keep it in a second position. Knees are pushing out. Inner thighs are activated. We're sort of warming up the lower body here before we get into it. You're going to hinge forward slightly. Draw that belly in, though, and do not arch that spine. Hands come behind you, palms face away. We lift and lower. Now, again, if this is too much, you can always come into a single leg lunge stance. Whatever feels good to you. You still think about hips facing forward. Here we go. Heads in line with the spine. Getting into those triceps. Feel it. Good. Lift and lower. Yes, you guys look great. Little more lift on there, Alexa. Just little higher. Yeah. Exactly. Exhale on that lift. I know, daggers. It's okay. Keep going. For 4. Guys, all look great. 3, 2, 1. Lift them up and hold them there. Just hold for a second. Feel the weight in your palms. Feel those triceps activated. Roll your shoulders down away from the ears. We're just holding. Yep, holding, lifting it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Roll it out. Good. Now this next set. Arms come behind us. We're back in our stance, either single leg. If you are in single leg, switch it up. If you're in your wide stance, go ahead and find it. Hinge forward slightly, belly drawn in, tail tucked. We're going to lift those arms back up where we were in that static hold. We're going to open them out to the side and then draw them together. Oh, yes. Here we go. So now we're not just activating the tricep, right? Feel the other smaller twitch muscles working in that shoulder girdle. Try not to hunch the shoulders forward. Draw those shoulder blades back. Good. Beautiful. Chin off of chest. Better. Good. Looking just in front. Woo. Here we go. Almost there. Head. 4. Shoulders down. 3, 2, 1. Putting them together. Lower those arms down. Roll those shoulders out. Yes. So did you notice, are you feeling some stuff going on in the shoulder girdle as well, not just in the tricep with that move? Good, because we were recruiting as we open and close. We're recruiting some of those other muscles in the shoulder girdle. Let's do a little bit of rotation now. So we will stay in our second position. Feet are slightly turned out. Knees are bent. Arms are going to be by our hips, okay? We're just going to do bow and arrow. So we inhale, reach this palm down to the opposite knee. Exhale, bring that elbow up to the point where your shoulder doesn't lift and extend. Inhale, rotate and reach. Exhale, open and pull. Good. Come check you guys out. Beautiful. Drawing awareness now to some of the muscles that are supporting the rib cage, adding that rotation and waking it up. So we're not just working the arms now, we're not just working the shoulder girdle, but we're actually mobilizing through the rib cage, which is super important for like longevity of health. Here we are for 4. And 3. Good, beautiful. 2. Nice, Sonia. Last 1. Open it up, bring the arms down, plant it on that hip, other side. Now your range of motion may be the same on this side or maybe slightly less in terms of how high you bring your elbow before you open up that arm. That's okay. Pay attention to what it is. Honor it. We'll challenge it over the course of the next 7 weeks now, right? See if we can increase that range of motion. but it's always good to first figure out where we are. Good. For 4, 3. Nice, Bob. 2. Yes, Dina. Last 1. Bring it down. Roll out those shoulders. We are so good. Let's go ahead and put those weights down. Grab a quick sip of water, or coffee in my case. Although coffee is it dehydrates you, doesn't hydrate you, so don't follow my example. Oh, it should be fine. And when you're ready, we're going to get into our lower body portion because we're already halfway done. So since we already warmed up the lower body, and last week we did some of those foundational movements in parallel positions, we're going to start this week by doing some of those movements in our ballet position. So heels are together, your toes are apart. Chair here for stability if you need it. Option to always hold hand weights if you want to keep with the upper body work. I'm going to choose today not to do so because I lost an hour. So maybe tomorrow, right? We're going to inhale down, arms come out in front of us like you're holding a beach ball. Exhale left. Inhale down, exhale left. Good. As you come down and up, really think about squeezing those inner thighs together, activating through those glutes. Good. We have a nice tall posture. Our rib cage is stacked over our hips. Our hips are over our heels, even though we are lifting through the entirety of the foot, sort of zipping up through the midline. Your knees want to track over the first and second toe. Our turnout is not super wide. We are not professional dancers, although maybe that was a dream of mine at one point. For 4, 3, 2, only go down so far that your knees do not start clicking. 1, this time go down and pulse. Now, why do we pulse? Why? Not because I want to torture you guys, right? I mean, yeah, sometimes I do, but that's not always the reason why. We need to really feel the activation in the muscle groups in this position. So we're stretching out the heels, right? The heels and ankles. Our calf muscles are working. We're lifting the load away from the knees, so our quads should be on. Our outer and inner glutes should be on, and our inner thighs are helping to keep us stable. For 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead and lift it up. Lift up onto those toes now and lower. Toes and lower. Chairs here for support if you need, or wall, whatever works for you. Arms can be in front or down by your sides. But as you lift and lower, yes, do it with control. Thinking about spreading all the toes on the ground. Ooh, here we go. For 4, not locking out the knees. 2, 1, come up, stay lifted and hold. See if you can balance up on your toes. Belly needs to draw in. Your glutes need to be on fire. They are fired up. Here for 4. Yes. 3, 2, belly on. Last 1, lower it down. Good, so those ankles are warmed up. Let's step out into our second position. Chairs here if you need it. We're gonna come down, arms come out wide, and lift. Good. You guys look great. I know we've done all these moves before, right? But always good to review the basics. Now, as we go down, again, knees track over first and second toe, so they're not coming in, they're not pushing way, way out. Bend so far as you don't lose engagement in your quads, hamstrings, thigh, glutes, inner thighs. Arms come out to the side and down. Chest stays lifted. Shoulder blades move out and in. Yes. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Let's go down and hold. Now, in second position, we are obviously recruiting. We only have so many muscles in our legs. We are recruiting the same muscles, but does it feel different when our legs are in this position as when our heels are close together? My quads activate way more in this one as opposed to my glutes, even though they are on fire. Here we go. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it all the way up. Wow, quads on fire on that one, right? Let's think about coming up onto our toes slightly in this position and down. Little lift. Chair's always there. It's harder. You want a little micro bend in the knees. Whew. Think about spreading those toes. Here we go. The center of gravity now is different, right? Because our feet are wider. So it's harder to lift both heels and lower them at the same time because they're separated. It requires more stability in the core. For 4, 3, good. 2, last one, come up and stay up if you can. Oh, for 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze those glutes. 3, 2, 1, lower down. Shake it out. What? That was so strange. That was like fire. Tiny little movements. Okay, let's wake up these hips. So we're gonna come into our first position. We're gonna plie down. And as we come up, we're gonna lift our front leg forward. And then we plie down. And then we lift. Option to hold on to the chair and do it with one arm. Okay? You always want to keep the shape of the leg, so we're not changing the shape of the leg. We exhale on the lift. It's still an external rotation. Yes. We're almost done. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. This time, if you want to face your chair, go ahead. We're going to plie, and then we're going to kick it back. Plie, kick it back. Same leg, but we're working the opposite side. I'm going to come check you out. Good. Bob, give me a little bit more leaning forward through the torso. It's going to help you with the lift. Yes, better. Exhale on the lift. Squeeze into that glute. For 4. Good. Nice. 3. Good, Oriana. 2. Last one. Bring it down. So now we're going to put them together. You might need to adjust your space. Do you have enough room to bring that leg forward and back? But we're going to bend into our plie. Bring that leg forward. Bend into our plie. Bring that leg back. Forward. Back. Notice the weight distributed on that standing leg. Make sure that you're grounded from front to back and side to side. Here we go. I'm going to check you out. Good. Beautiful, Tonya. Here we go. Nice, Alexa. We got 3 more. And 2. Last one. And bring that leg down. Shake off that standing leg. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So if you're using that chair, feel free to move it around. Good. Find your first position. Nice and tall. Beautiful. Ground into that standing leg and just start to lift and plie. Last thing we're doing, then we're pulling it down. Good. Lift with control and lower with control. No flinging and dropping, right? Lift and lower. Yeah, here we go. Trying to keep that torso upright, so maybe the lift isn't so high. That's okay. If that's where you're at, that's great. We want to keep that nice upright position. No hinging in the torso with this one. Good. For 4. Good. 3, 2. Good, Dina. Try to stay upright. Last one. Awesome. Bring that leg down. Obviously, we're working those hip flexors. We're going to switch it into the glute now. So if you need to face your chair, go for it. If you don't have space, but we should have had space already. So we're going to plie down. Exhale, hinge forward, and lift that leg back. Here we go. Notice what's happening in the standing leg in addition to what's happening in that leg that's lifting. Good, almost there. Nice, Alexa. Here we go. Making sure not to arch through that spine. You can hinge forward slightly with the torso on this one as the leg comes up behind. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it down. Let's put them together, and then we're going to cool it off. Ooh, booty on fire. All right, so we plie down. We lift it in front of us. We plie down. We lift it behind. Good, I'm going to check you out. Nice and controlled movements, awareness of what's happening in the torso, awareness of what's happening in that standing leg. Good, Bob. Here we go. Beautiful. See if you can bring that straight behind you. Good. Better. Beautiful, Oriana. For 4. 3, abs are drawn in. 2. Last one. And bring it down. Shake it out, shake it out. I know it seems like that wasn't super intense, but you're going to feel that tomorrow. Faux show. Go ahead and hold on to the back of that chair. Walk yourself back. Extend your spine long. And then bend into one knee and then the other. Breathing into this nice extended position. Giving yourself little side stretches, maybe rotating in the torso open on the one side as the opposite knee bends, and then the other. Finding stillness, both legs straight, back extended long in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's just have this nice long extended position. Head is between the ears, not completely hanging down. Inhale through the side and back lungs. Exhale. All that air out. One more inhale. Filling up space along that back body. Exhale that air out, releasing any tension. On your next inhale, start to walk your feet closer towards the chair, rolling yourself up. Go ahead and find a seat on that chair. Let's get a little glute stretch here. So if we're sitting down, crossing one leg across the opposite thigh, ankle across opposite thigh. Make sure that the leg on the ground, the foot is in line with the knee is in line with the hips. Your hips are square. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, release. Trying to keep the chest lifted slightly so you really feel it back here on this side. If you're not feeling anything and you've got like if you're like hyper flexible, feel free to try to bring your hands down to the ground. I am not that person, but if you are, great, and go for it for that deeper stretch. Good. One more inhale. One more exhale. On your next inhale, come up nice and tall, keeping that leg there. Reach the opposite hand to the knee. Send your other hand, inhale up and around. Get a little bit of a spine twist. Pressing the knee into the hand to help facilitate that twist. Good. On your next inhale, come up and around. Uncross that leg. Cross the other ankle on opposite thigh. Make sure your foot is in line with your knees, in line with your hips. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Find your stretch. Both sit bones are on the mat or on the chair. And breathe. I think we're at 30. If you need to hop off, feel free. I'm going to be on for like another minute. But we're almost done. On your next inhale, come on up into a nice tall spine. Opposite hand comes to the outside of that knee. Other hand on top. Inhale as you bring it up, pull it around. Yep, needed that stretch. Press hand into knee to help facilitate a deeper twist if you want it. Chest is tall. Shoulders are away from the ears. And breathe into any space that feels tight. Good. On your next inhale, come on up and out of that twist. Both legs come down to the ground now. Hang over that chair, letting your arms dangle. Gently lift your bum off the chair so you're in a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows with opposite arms. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let your arms hang down. Exhale all your air out. Inhale as you roll it all the way up. Stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Head coming up last. Give me a shoulder roll or two. Maybe a neck roll in one direction and then the other. And we are all set. Oh, that felt really good. I hope you guys feel really good.